What's up, YouTube? You're watching Steel City MotoVlogs. I'm Derrick T, your host. It is Friday, TGIF, Friday, July 22nd. It's about 92 degrees outside, and with all the humidity that comes with it, I'm on my way to work. It's about 2:20 in the afternoon, and I'm on my way to an appointment that starts at 3 o'clock. I'm in for about a 30-mile ride to get there. So I'm just kind of going to settle in. I'm looking around. I'm looking at the Friday traffic on the opposite side of the highway, and I already know I'm not coming home that way. There will be none of that. So I'm toying around with a couple ideas to bring some additional data into my videos. So I'm using the Relive app. You all have seen kind of some clips of that before in some of my newer videos. But then also I'm running a screen recording, and I'll tell you why. I'm doing a screen recording on my iPhone, and the reason why is because my speedometer doesn't work. And you know, many of you all, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you've probably taken notice of that. And I just haven't been in a rush to get it fixed. It's not because I'm trying to scam anybody on the resale value of this bike at all, because if you've been watching, oh my god, if you've been watching any of my videos at all, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, I've stated my intentions over and over again. I'm not selling this bike, so the resale value of this bike is of absolutely no consequence to me, number one. But number two, I do use this speedometer app here on every ride, and because of that, I've also been tracking my mileage with this app as well. I've tracked almost 6,000 miles that I would add to the number that's on my odometer, which is roughly about 61,500 miles on the bike. So, you know, altogether, we're probably looking at about 67,000 miles. You know, if I needed to have that information. But like I said, I don't intend to sell the bike. But if something were to come up, and, you know, you never say never, if I had to give that information to somebody, I would absolutely be able to do it, and it would be accurate. You know, in terms of record keeping and mileage and everything else. So I'm screen recording that, you know, and hey, look, that's how fast I'm going on the screen there. And then I also am running my GPS there too, so you might see me toggle between those screens occasionally, just trying to do a little something, trying to be a little bit more creative, that's all. You won't see me doing too much playing around with it, you know, while I'm riding, you know, in situations where I shouldn't have my hands on my phone. But in situations like this traffic jam, a little bit of a different story. All right, you all, I'm back. Things are moving a little bit better than they were now. I had to cut a whole lot out of this trip. You didn't want to see that. Now, Pennsylvania has a law. Well, okay, let me, man, my shoulder's itching. I think I got a mosquito bite or something. Let me rephrase myself so that I'm not misspeaking. I'm told that Pennsylvania has a law, I don't know this to be true, that when you're sitting in that like full stop traffic like that on a hot day like this, now lane splitting in Pennsylvania is 100% illegal. Like no chance of that even becoming half of a law here in Pennsylvania. Like they're, you know, we just don't do that here. I won't even hold my hopes out for making that legal. And even if it was legal, I'm not sure I would do it. You know, it just don't seem safe to me. But that's just me. From what I understand, though, I'm told by several riders here in PA that if you're, you know, on a day like today, 90+ degrees, and you're sitting in traffic, in order to keep your bike from overheating while you're sitting there idling, I'm told that you can get on the shoulder and that you can ride the shoulder as long as you're going less than 20 miles an hour. It's either 15 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, that you can move along the shoulder as long as, you know, you're not going at high speed. You have to be like between 15 and 20 miles an hour. And the police should allow you to do that, understanding that your bike will overheat if you're just sitting there idling in traffic like that. That's what I'm told. I don't know that to be true, and I've never put it to the test, although I was very tempted to. A few miles back, I was tempted to put that to the test, but I'm told that that's a privilege that we're allowed to, you know, to do that. I don't know, I had to do some research on that, but if anybody who's watching this video, if you're from this area and know a little something about it, do me a favor and drop a comment, and let's find out together if that's true or not. I sure do feel a whole lot better. I know the bike feels a lot better too. The thermostat gauge has gone back down, because it was up a little bit higher than I'm used to seeing it, but it was also idling in traffic too, and it's a very hot day out here. So the Gold Wing is designed to move, it ain't designed to be sitting still. Let's take a look here. 15 miles away, 21 minutes, due there at 3:04. All right, I can live with that. I can live with that timing. There's definitely a way to go home without doing all of that, and I won't be doing all of that, that's for sure. I will be making a different way home and avoiding the parkway altogether. We'll ride some back streets right into downtown Pittsburgh, and then from there it's a pretty easy shot home. That was a whole lot easier, a whole lot breezier, a whole lot better than where I was at a minute ago. All right, we're getting off right here. We still got a little ways to go. Now we're making good time. Shouldn't be any more traffic going where I'm going. But tell me what you think about the little data screen there. I think I'm liking it. Trying to bring some additional creativity to my content. Speaking of content, the channel just received its first payment from Google AdSense. I got a direct deposit yesterday for $113, a whole $113 for all 2 years of my work. Yeah, they have a move over law. That trucker was right. He was signaling people to switch lanes. That's a new law here in Pennsylvania. You can get fined for when people are on the shoulder like that. You got to move over. But Steel City MotoVlogs, the monetization is real now. whopping $113. I guess everybody's got to start somewhere. All jokes aside, I was really happy about that. Not necessarily because of the amount of money it was, but just because it's actually happening, and it's happening because of all of you all who are out there viewing my content. And I really appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I'd love it if you did. And some of you all have been rocking with me since day one, and I appreciate you too. You got Waze on the screen now. How many people are using Waze? What are your, I've been using Waze for years, like years. But what are your thoughts on it? What do you like about it, dislike about it? How many Wazers are also motovloggers? The police alerts from Waze have allowed me to dodge quite a few bullets in my lifetime, not just on my bike but also driving my car. Hey, look at that, Raccoon Creek State Park. Look familiar? Not doing that today, but it'll give you a general sense of the direction I'm headed. But yes, the alerts on Waze, I find them to be very helpful. I think the interface is just really user-friendly, and I've logged and tracked a lot of miles using Waze. Outside of owning an iPhone, I use Google for everything. I just don't like the Android interface, but I'm 100% Google. I use, you know, my Gmail account is linked to a lot of stuff that I do. So when I heard Google bought Waze, that was like right up my alley. And that, and I don't really care for Google Maps all like that. I didn't really care for Apple Maps either. But Waze, found that to be just right. It really works for me. If you keep on heading west on this stretch, it take you right into Ohio and also West Virginia. I think West Virginia first and then Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how that goes. I'm out in the direction of Steubenville, Ohio, and actually we're on our way to McDonald, PA, and see that sign that I'm a mile away from my exit. Of course, you can see it on your screen too. This is a nice little cruise. Now, instead of, when I come back, instead of taking the interstate, like we'll take this same stretch of road, but instead of getting off of it and getting on the interstate that I got off of, we're going to keep this road, and it's going to take us all the way into downtown Pittsburgh. Not all of it's going to look like this though. Eventually some of it is going to turn residential into some back roads, but it's really going to knock off some frustration not having to deal with all that traffic that you saw. All right, 6 miles away, Beach Hollow Road. I don't know, is he a police officer? I can't tell. I don't think so. This stretch of road is shaded by these trees and everything else, which is just fine with me. It gives me a little bit of relief from being all directly in the sun. We've had a little bit of everything in this trip. Some interstate, some rush hour traffic, state routes, now just a straight up back road. I've never been to this area before, so all of this is new to me. But that's the way the caseload on my job is. It's all over this county and 2 other counties, Allegheny County, Westmoreland County, Greene County. I have cases that can take me to any of those locations, and so I don't mind as long as I'm able to do it on this. The mileage reimbursement is helpful too. I'd be lying if I said anything different. Okay, so this has got to be the new toll road out here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you could take that all the way to Pittsburgh International Airport. They did expand it. That might be something to explore on the way home. Might yet take a completely different way home. You never know. I wouldn't want to be back here at night. I haven't seen a street light yet. Nor would I want to be out here with less than half a tank of gas. This ride is getting more and more interesting. But yeah, trying some different things. Like I said earlier, trying to put a little bit more creativity into the videos. Try to keep the channel ever evolving. Well, if you take a look at some of those early videos until now, I didn't like that at all. Jeez. Almost did a little bit of a spin out there. Yeah, if you look at some of my early videos and then you look at some of the ones to today, they're very different. But I guess that's anybody's channel. But I appreciate the journey. And a friend of mine congratulated me on the accomplishment with the AdSense program, and he said, you know, your hard work is paying off. And honestly, I don't really find this to be work, because I like doing it so much. I don't mind spending time doing it. I don't feel stressed out, you know, working and everything else. I've had my frustrating moments where I may have lost a video clip that I, you know, thought, or had a technical difficulty or something like that. But honestly, I don't find motovlogging to be very much work at all, just because I enjoy it so much. I hope it always stays like that. I hope I don't ever have. I know there are some who they're under, I think they've put themselves under pressure to have a home run every single time they post a video. It's gotta, you know, they gotta knock it out the park. You know, and if they don't get, you know, at least 10,000 views, then, you know, it's considered a bomb out or whatever. I hope I never get to that juncture to where I'm feeling like the pressure of having to have, you know, a great video to put out. I'm just doing what I'm doing because I like doing it. And any of the rewards that come with it, you know, that's great. That's absolutely great. Won't turn down any awards or any accomplishments that come with it. But when I first started out, I didn't start out to say, okay, this looks like the next big money-making idea. Here, let me hop on this. All right, I'm getting pretty close to my destination. So I didn't put that kind of pressure on myself in the beginning, and so there's no need for me to put that kind of pressure on myself now. So if I were to leave a conversation piece for the comment section, it would be, Among some of the other topics I've mentioned today, for you motovloggers, do you feel like you have to have a great video out there? I mean, it's nice to have, but do you feel like you need it? Do you feel like you're under any kind of pressure where this motovlog journey is is concerned, or are you just enjoying the ride, and sharing your content along the way? Let's have that conversation. In the meantime, y'all, I'm coming up on my destination, and for the sake of their privacy, I cannot show you where my stop is, so I'm going to go on and cut the video short. But hey, you're watching Steel City MotoVlogs. I appreciate you tuning in, and until the next adventure, you all be safe out there. I'm Derrick T, and I'll talk to you all later.